instead. That's nice to see. So even though we haven't seen North Georgia really be able to march forward with a lot of convincing attacks, at least the back line up until now has been secure. Can't get the read on the bounce, and that's finally our first goal. 10 seconds to go for Kennesaw trying to close this one out.
Yeah, still with the pressure here from Kennesaw. Now only our second demo. This one from downtown, and that's going to be an own goal here at 3 seconds. We spoke a little too soon here, Danger Talk. Slavip, left side, little tap, not really taking away possession. Now definitely does. Display going up, the double tap. Hugh Dog and North Georgia come from behind victory with the Puma symbol on the side.
As we've seen many a time with new rosters in the beginning of the semester, this might be the first time these players are really playing together at all. So this is really setting the tone for how you guys all click together. Kwong trying to bury one here on the near post, and he does just that. Better. Be able to pad those stats. Kwong throwing it right back in. That should be open, but it's just wide instead.
Almost gets the nose down onto it. A couple members fighting, twisting, and now an open net the other way going for North Georgia. Nobody's almost hitting payload. Now is Joel. A little soft hit right there. Kind of just puts it in the breadbasket of a couple North Georgia players. That's really, really bad as this one comes all the way down from the other side.
Being able to con the defense out of a clear that gets you the ultimate goal, as we will be able to enter into that 1-1. Maybe not for long as that clear gets away. Hugh Dog into Archie, and well worked from North Georgia. Safe to the side. They're feeling like heroes. They're keeping it up. Slavip into the ceiling. Sharky doesn't get it. Joel with a deflection. It's Quonk at 0. Hugh Dog in the way. Another save. North Georgia will very much so take that ball hitting the grass. Overtime somehow.
Now coming up for the serve. Hugh Dog down. That's a bouncer just a little bit too high though as Sharky tries to continue the theme. Down bottom. And Archie does it here for North Georgia. Set up all day long. Now shoots in right now, but Quonk is going to win that 50. He's screaming off to the side. Bounce off some wall and now ends middle until North Georgia gets another shot at it.
Let's be open for Hugh Dog, and they will make no mistake. Kwong, I gotta say, a great effort, but sometimes you need something even greater. You're seeing a player get thrown all the way across, like Joel's really just flailing, and you're thinking, okay, well, I probably have enough time to go to the corner, and then instead it is in your net, something they're becoming quite familiar with as a feeling. There's a number.
Demo does come through, those Hugh Dog taking down a Kennesaw State member. Back to the middle, screaming up to this one, now to the left side. All three members right here. This is a very bottled up defense, and Sharky takes a bite.
No one even there because, frankly, I think Kennesaw thought that bounce was going to be going a different direction. Same maybe with the defense here for UNG. They can't read it. Slavic does.
Good evening, everyone. We are here with week number 6 of the ECAC Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Season here in the fall season. I'm excited because we are getting underway with the placements, pretty much, I should say, because teams are starting to round out their rankings. Teams are finishing up their last few matches before we head into the playoffs. And, I mean, you got to secure those wins where you can. My name is Orbital. With me is Beautiful Crow, and we will be your casters for tonight's crew battle. Beautiful, how you doing?
I am doing so great. Thank you for having me once again, back in the flesh, ready to watch some Smash Bros. Ultimate action. I don't know about you, but I am ready to see some fights. Give me bloodshed, give me mayhem, give me everything my soul desires. These teams are coming to fight, and yeah, like you said, we're basically, going for these, finalizing on these placements. as we are here into week 6. And I was looking at the rankings earlier, and I'm like, yo, this is actually pretty nice, a pretty nice little race.
It should be, and I mean, we got 2 teams that are currently racing for that top spot. Unfortunately, they may not get that exact first place, but they can get pretty dang close. We got SUNY Poly Wildcat Esports coming up against Long Island University Sharks, and so it's a battle of land versus sea. Right now, though, the sea is currently winning, as Liu Sharks are currently sitting at 4-1, whereas the Wildcats are sitting at a 3-2 record. However, just to keep in mind, both teams have currently taken their wins at 2-0s across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that one little match disparity. Sure, it happens. It's whatever. It's not indicative completely of their strength. Like I said, a lot of these teams are tied full match stat-wise, but like individual brass tacks, that's another story, you know? But if we're going off, you know, last week performance-wise and whatnot, I do believe, I want to say both of them are coming off of a win, if I'm looking at that correctly. Yeah, so both of them coming off of a win over their respective foe, and like you said, 2-0, so like they're feeling confident going into this. It's like on paper all the stats are aligning, and it's seemingly an even stacked matchup, all things considered.
And that makes me very, very happy, because at these later stages you need to be rounding out your starters and the main rosters that you'll be running with, and whenever you get these wins, at least later stage wins, I always assume it's better than early stage wins, and that's a little bit of bias coming from me, right? Because it can happen anywhere, anytime that you see these, because there's 2 ways to do it, right? You have first part of the season, you get your wins, and then second half of the season, you experiment, right? You mess around a little bit, you take a look at what might not work, you test out different compositions and different teammates and all that, or the first half of the season, you go ahead and take that time to experiment, figure out who works, and then the second part of the season, you start running it. My concern is when you get these 4-1 squads that are literally like, we don't even care. No matter what we do, we're taking dubs. I mean, both these squads got something to show here, and I'm excited to see it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're ready to go at the jugular. I don't know if we have everybody locked. Well, yeah, we do. Yeah, we got the 3-3s.
Hey.
Okay. So, Wildcat offense. Check the paw prints, blah, 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 as the bars go. We're going with Warp Star, Chico Chu? Awesome.
Say it right. Come on. It's Chico Chu. Come on. You got this.
Chico Chu? It's Chico Chu? Is it Chico Chu?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna mess that up at least 5 times minimum throughout this broadcast, so get that counter ready. And Fire Chicken Jr. rounding out the 3 players for the Wildcats, and for the Sharks, for Long Island, for LIU, it's my guy, Humboldt, and DS Mario Main. I wonder who he plays. Like, the name like that. You gotta imagine.
Which one? DS Mario Main? Gee, I wonder.
I wonder, you know? Just jumps out immediately, throws Pyramith at us. I would cry.
Gosh.
That'd be hilarious. But yeah.
That would be great.
All the rosters locked in. Now we gotta speculate starting-wise, like, who's up for what? Are we going captains first? Captains anchoring in? Like, you know, like, what's the sauce? What's the tech?
I know, and that in itself is always kind of a questioning here, but of course we are getting straight into it. We see a Piranha. Okay, I like this. Starting things off pretty dang strong. We are getting word that we're not exactly too sure which player is currently out for SUNY Poly, and I mean, we'll figure that out later, but for right now, it's a quick little start. Everyone kind of check each other, trying to figure out exactly what works.
Okay, cool. Yep. Humboldt walking the Piranha is just... I love it.
Oh!
I love it so much. Oh my gosh. He's gonna do it the extra mile, rack up all the damage for formality's sake. That was first stop going the way of LIU. Humboldt, that was absolutely dirty.
That just feels mean, right?
It is.
I think we saw this last week as well, or at least I did. Shield breaks are not very common, and the reason for that is you should understand the damage limitations.
Right.
So the fact that you're able to pull that up, Humboldt, saying, hey, you don't know how to play against this character, maybe you just don't respect it enough. Well done, and already at 123, kicking things up. Long Island having a blast as the Sharks go ahead and rip another prey to pieces.
Okay. Staying alive on the bylane here. Captain's guard.
Nope.
Oh, spoke too soon. I was trying to make a good point of how he's, adapting well, playing pretty well to this unorthodox pick that is PP. It's just, but no, there's just it's so weird, right? Because, like, I don't get to speak a lot about the nuances and technicalities of Piranha Plant and how you can rack up damage super fast on somebody unsuspectingly. And Humboldt's over here just like, hold on, let me take the stock real quick. Like, I like your point, big fella, but I gotta go.
And there is a point where you just sit there going, what the heck just happened, right? And Humboldt, this is the great way to start it. There are many talks about how you bring out starters. I'm sure there are other groups that already have that down to a, you know, cut and dry kind of situation. But in some of these, I love the fact that you bring out some of these awkward picks, these non-conventional starters, you know, not the heavyweights or anything like that. Not saying Piranha Plant is heavy, but you bring out ones that no one knows how to play against. You get that extra wow factor and put yourself up. What is now going to be, what could be that final stock, which, no, you're hanging on by a single limit, but it's feeling like it's going to be done here. Another couple slashes. Chikachu is going to be fighting out here, praying that they can get at least one more, or maybe steal back two. Or it's going to be dangerous. Good little punt, 201 on the hitter, and that's going to be it. An up smash to finish it off.
Yep. It was only a matter of time. Humboldt's getting in really well. I mean, that was, oh my goodness. I love to see that. We're starting off this series with a bang, a little bit of excitement in the Piranha Plant pick, but just very impressive with how they're using the Poison Cloud, how effectively they were, you know, using the spike balls as well, floating over. And it's so interesting because, like, Byleth not being able to keep you at that mid-range, not getting any combo starting off. I don't think I saw one Nair thrown at all, just saying. But, yeah, just literally not allowing them to get any sort of offense going. And, like, if Byleth gets behind, Byleth struggles to come back, and you saw that just right there.
Mm-hmm. And I think you know, I'm gonna chalk that one up to inexperience, right? That one looked more like you weren't sure how to deal with it. You know, throwing out the nairs, as you said, that would be the smart choice. But I feel Chikachu didn't even know what to defend against, right? There is a situation where you're almost like, I'm not sure. You know, how far does the spike reach? You know, how far are the ranges? You know, how high can I actually hit? It felt more like you just weren't comfortable. So I wonder if it's gonna shift and change if we do see these starters once again, right? That little bit of a change up. You know, hey, now I know how to play against the Piranha Plant. Now we know what to expect as well. These things can always be thought about in the future matchups. However, at the current stance, for the side of SUNY Poly, you are praying that you have an answer to the Piranha Plant. I mean, taking a look, we don't know too much. Now we know at least one. If you're going up against a Piranha Plant, beautiful, what would you expect to come out here? Heavy set, range, close? What are you thinking?
You got to beat him down. Simple as that. You got to get up in their face, you got to get up in their grill and beat him down. It's simple as that. You cannot allow Piranha Plant to, like, get... They don't have a lot of get-off-you tools. They really don't. They play very much, like, you have the Poison Cloud. Down tilt doesn't really come out that fast. You know, the sweep. Like, a lot of their tilt moves aren't very fast. Like, this character, this Piranha Plant, a lot of people don't like it for many, many reasons. And you can abuse it in so many different ways as long as, you know, you're able to dip out faster, or if you're playing a long-range game like we see here. Oh, no. The Grim Reaper himself. Fire Chicken Jr. rocking the Steve. So, honestly, on paper, this should be a done deal because Steve just has so many more ways of yap. He's going to stall out, walk around, can drop anvil if they want, going to go to the cart. He doesn't get the catch, though. Its grab down throw is good, and the forward air follow up. So, I mean, there's enough damage in there, but like you just play keep away. And you perfect parry the spikes. Like, oh man, Humboldt's gonna have a hard time fighting through this.
Oh, that hurts as well, especially on such a flat stage as well.
Yep.
Nothing to really dance up and down on. And I mean, as long as Steve is tossing out some extra pieces, it might work. However, right now, getting some good chips. Saying, hey, I want that value in the wood coming out here. Not exactly the strongest, and got to mine up a few more materials. So Humboldt able to get back on stage, sitting up in neutral, but that is going to be a little bit of a setup. Down to side, can't land the side. Won't be a stock in the current situation. So, I mean, Humboldt's doing what Humboldt needs to do. Remember, 2 stocks, plenty to work with. You're able to get one. That's big. Good hit for the spike. If it goes down, doesn't land on the ledge, but that's going to be the upside. And just waiting for one more to get it out, and again!
He's living.
That's 2 in a row. Get it! Oh!
Oh, he got back safely. Dodges through. Yo, that's... Why is Fire Chicken living through these, do you ask? The kill power from Piranha Plant, usually this damage should be good, but it's not that great. And that's one of the, you know, pitfalls of this character. You have to get through that 160 range before you can actually get a lot of send-offs. No, he got minecarded. The follow-up isn't the best for Fire Chicken Jr., but he's making a good job of it. No way. No way.
Oh my gosh.
He'll skirt up the side. He'll be fine. But yeah, now it's just who
There
hits
it
who
is.
first. There's the minecart that finished it off. Humboldt on the last. Finally, we'll take Fire Chicken's first.
That feels illegal to be able to stay alive that long, and I hope Fire Chicken Jr. has an answer now, right? This is very frustrating, especially as a Steve player. You're like, man, I should be able to control the stage. I should be able to have multiple value pieces here, but right now you're not able to actually set up a lot of the combos that you're hoping for. Humboldt is actually dealing with them very, very well. Yeah, now with the diamond tools, you can't even do too much. You gotta mine up. You gotta go ahead and get that cart ready to go, but that's gonna be a bullying inside of the shell. Keeping it within about 10% is very, very good.
Oh no, he's perfect. Right now, Fire Chicken Jr. is in a perfect setup right now. He has gold, he has diamond to work with. All he has to do is just wait for Humboldt to make a mistake. Like, we've seen him be a little bit overzealous and get in while he's playing keep away. Down smash is interesting. Up to get back to stage. Goes for a raw on-stage forward smash. That is very ambitious here. He just needs to finish off this last stock, because, I mean, if he waits too long, there is a realm where Humboldt could add another stock off of his. Perfect parry to spike. Very nice job on that. But off stage, off the side with the diamond sword, bro, you're not getting too far with that. Fire Chicken Jr. striking back for some hug.
And it feels good. You only dropped one. I think that is very, very appropriate, and that's more than enough to kind of tide you over for the side. And it's also Steve, right? You're very happy about the current situation.
Yes.
Of course, it wasn't without its faults, right? We saw a little bit of adjustment towards the end, but I think Humboldt still has a decent number on people. That's going to be really fun to watch and see if it changes up. Fire Chicken Jr. is a great answer, but we got to see someone else come out on top, because if you don't send Chikochu, I wonder who their third would be to send against that Piranha Plant.
Well, so, I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, realistically, Fire Chicken Jr. probably could have gotten that entire set without dropping a stock. But because of Humboldt being unorthodox on this unorthodox pick, managing to, you know, get one before falling, that's a big... He almost got two orbital. Like, what I'm saying with what we just watched, that was a little scary for this man, almost getting two. That does show a little bit of shakiness when they do go to the next set, right? So, like you were saying, you're not sure who to start up against this Piranha Plant. Bro, this Piranha Plant is a great starter. He can go up against anybody. He does not care. Clearly has the chops for it.
I love it. And now taking a look at the side of Long Island, we do have a little bit of information with regards to some of the characters coming out here. We know DS Mario Main is on the roster, currently fielded as a starter, but the other one I'm very excited about because I talked about it on here. Come on, beautiful. Tell me, who is that third player that may or may not be coming out here tonight?
Oh, God. We have a Lil Mac. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
We got a Little Mac.
My guy, the Lil Mac main. Okay. This is actually going to be really interesting because with Plant being susceptible to rush down, you're looking at, like, one of the better characters to get up in the mix. Like, as long as he does not allow Humboldt to, you know, get any form of setup and reacts great to the clouds, because that will mess him up a lot. That's the whole thing. Even if they get up close and personal, which they will do, that poison cloud can really ruin a lot of my guy's game plan.
Well, remember, my guy's actually on the other side of the Piranha Plant. We're taking a look at SUNY. Pauly has to deal with the Little Mac. That's what I was asking. That's what I was wondering. We got the man of fist himself. It is going to be the Little Mac, hoping to dance on him all the way through. And against quite possibly one of the worst matchups out there. I mean,
we're not gonna lie. Yeah, no, this is
this is painful right now.
This is painful to watch.
It's working. It's working so far. At least they're 12%.
He's really gonna have to, like, these spot dodges, these perfect parries got to be absolutely perfect. Oh my God, he's gonna get the stack going. Maybe get the ladder. No. Okay. Hasn't taken any damage just yet. Already has Fire Chicken Jr. at 64. As now he will get caught in that setup. The blocks are just so detrimental, stopping any momentum guy might try to have. Yeah, he's dodging adeptly right now and keeping Fire Chicken Jr. on the back foot, not allowing him to get the setups going.
That's actually one of the benefits, right, to Lil Mac. That, as well as super armor. One of the huge things with Lil Mac is it's very, very frustrating. With his speed, he can dash and he can get in your face. And if you're doing it well, it works extremely well. You know, you just don't allow them to do anything because of how fast you can engage, you can disengage, you can get out of someone's face as well as get directly beside them. Right now, though, that super KO is not going to be in value, and unfortunately, that's a little bit too low, so a stock taken away almost immediately. Fire Chicken Jr. able to steal one back, and now it's going to be another challenge, but that fire might be enough off the stage, and you footstool being able to stay alive for the moment. But those up tilts, trying to do some work with those crescent strikes.
Yeah, trying to get that in. Susceptible, like I said, susceptible to a lot of stuff by Steve, right? And he has to dash in, you know. It's difficult for the guy to get in. If he sticks on like he's doing right here, interesting stop though. Oh my god! Oh my god! No! I've said nothing. There's no point. There are no notes. My guy, he's fighting from Long Island. He's the champion.
Yeah. Clip it. Every Little Mac's dream right there is clip it and ship it. Don't even care what else happens. You got your clip of the night, bro. You did that against a Steve. Are you kidding me? You did that against a Steve, bro. Oh my god. You know what, my guy, you are my MVP. If you guys win tonight, I want you on the interview desk. I want to talk to you because that was freaking rude. By the way, right now, both Humboldt as well as my guy are both using unorthodox picks and have both gotten shield breaks in their opening sets. That is crazy.
That's I love how I'm like, oh yeah, he's doing a good job of, you know, playing defensive and bobbing and weaving in. Gets a shield break, raw, drops down, full charge. Oh my god. Literally the dream right there. And that actually really helps out LIU in the long run here, tying it up. I mean, 2-2, yeah, cool. My guy has the chance to just, you know, hard anchor on this little Mac for the team. Oh my goodness, Orbital. What? How even? Man, I'm speechless.
I think Long Island play a very aggressive, no-nonsense pacing, right? I think that's what we've seen from both of them. And both the characters also exude that presence as well, right? Piranha Plant maybe not in your face as often, but it's the consistent factor of throwing out those clouds, throwing out, it feels like a DDD in some senses, right? You're taking a look at that setup with a spike. You can set it up. You can roll them out. And SUNY Poly are not ready for it. And then you automatically swap to a close-range damage dealer. It goes automatically to straight in your face. You have to swap your style so drastically quickly. And again, if you have not practiced against these specific people, which I'm sure, you know, inside of the back pocket you have before, but not as much as you would like, exceptionally well done. SUNY Poly have 3 stocks to go, or else they will lose this first set.
Yeah, and it will be down to the captain of the squad now, I believe, coming in for them Cats. Warp Star, yeah? Or was that, or did Chica, did we get confirmation if that was Chikachu that started?
Yeah, it was Chikachu.
Okay, so it will be down to Warp Star to anchor it out here for this game number 1. Has 2 to get through. Last 3 stocks. I mean,
I mean, look, we'll have some fun here. We'll say all the ooms that we want, but at the same time, I think set 2 is going to be the most interesting one, right?
Yeah.
Because again, now all the tricks are out of the bag. And granted, don't get me wrong, all these players do have information. If you have been watching a lot of these matches, I believe LIU were on stream last time. I'm sure they had some identification and, you know, the research value. So it's not completely blind. However, set 2, you now have a bit better idea of who's being fielded, so that might change things up.
Just a little bit, just a little bit, I would say, yeah. But no, it's always hard in these crew battles. Like when you're the last one on, if you only got a little glimpse of what Guy was doing on this Lil Mac, so you have to be able to adjust on the fly. That is the mark of a great player for sure. And now we are getting in here as Warp Star on the pit. Okay, this might be a good old downtown brawl, as we like to say. We're getting into it on PS2. What a great pick. Warp Star. Let's see what you got, babes, because you're going to need a lot.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, I think this is one of the most difficult parts for any Little Mac is Pit has so many engage tools as well as keep away tools. You see it right here. There's not really a lot of space for my guy to work with, right? You can see here they're currently on the defensive looking for that chip, but Warp Star has all control right now. There is not a single chance. And even with these setups, you're not going to have that much. However, that KO punch could be big.
Yeah.
And you can see immediately safety.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Like, Warp Star will immediately go on the defensive because he does not know how Guy likes to play these thresholds. He loses the KO punch, so that's good. So a very common misconception, and I know you get a test of this, is that whenever Lil Max have that KO punch ready, you will always see, you will sometimes see, rather, people go on the defensive. No, you have to go on the aggressive too. Make him hit that damage threshold to where he loses that KO punch, and you should be fine. Especially as a Pit, you should be fine being able to do this. The Warp Star kind of has that scouted, and now he's poking with arrows. Definitely in a better space. Raw up smash, though, not going to land.
I think this is going to be the setup. Yeah, this should be the stock we were looking for. Warp Star, very nicely done. And remember, that can happen as well. The quick follow-ups, if you are not ready, Little Max will do this. And I'll say this as a Little Mac player, that is how you get an advantage sometimes. However, you only get one of those. Now, this is my guy looking to try and get one more stock on top. Do you set your teammate up for perfection? But Warp Star is having absolutely none of it, trying to take this extra. And again, the chips are good coming out of Pit. You need just a tiny bit more. A little bit of a footstool. Good hit on the low. And it's going to be my guy to push to 60, looking for a little bit more.
Okay, he's pushing it. Yeah, 62 on each. Ooh, what a good connect, though. Guy keeping it on the tense edge, rather, on that left stage. Once again. Oh, wow. Great backdash from Warp Star. Called it out.
Oh!
Really a strong right. Pokes the few. Maybe should charge a little bit more.
Oh, that's cheap. Even as a Little Mac, that's cheap. Even as a Little Mac, that's cheap.
Oh, absolute bangers galore. Putting it down to 1-1, but Guy, 123 on that percentage is very scared. And yep, throw him down, toss him up. Up smash to win it. Warp Star, only with one stock left, managing to skirt by in this match.
That is frustration in a bottle, by the way. Many a player has been pissed off and ruined by Super Armor, and there is a clear reason for that. You saw right there, right? Those two stocks would have never happened, by the way, if my guy did not time that well. And granted, the safety net to actually land a Super Armor is huge, right? It is ridiculously large. But you still got to set it up. And it was so well done by my guy. Yeah, so well done. The fact that you now get to push it. We are going to get a replay here. This is brutal.
Oh, yeah. No, this is insane right here. Into the
Look at this. Look how fast.
Damn! Immediately abused. No time wasted. He knew. He literally had that planned out when he was flying off the stage. He said, okay, bet, respawn, drop down, armor, hit, done. So... look, that just shows Guy, he from Long Island. He knows what's up. He said we finna scrap, we gonna scrap, and made it happen there. But yeah, unfortunately not able to push it all the way through to get all three stocks, but it does put Warp Star onto their last stock going into this last match of set number 1.
And taking a look here, if this is DS Mario main, I think it's going to be a decent matchup, I would say.
Yeah.
You're taking a look at Mario. I feel like, you know, Mario's not heavy, right? But can hit hard. And I think that's something that you do want to take up against Pit. Pit is so great at chipping, at fragmenting, at getting, you know, these, you know, 2 to 3% hits that are consistent. You're looking at those, I think, forward airs. You just carry someone from side to side. If you can balance that with heavy hits, Mario, I mean, DS Mario main is going to be so happy about trading out of stock. Like, at this point, remember, you don't care. You're the last one there. You just want the set. So yeah. DS Mario main, I think, is going to have a fun time.
Yeah, no, I mean, 100%. If I am DS Mario, listen, shout out to Varus, one of the best Marios out there. I'm just going to drop down immediately, cape you, and ladder combo you. Take it immediately. No wasted motion, no wasted time. Because, like you said, Warfare only has one stock left. I'm coming in with 3. I'm about to play dirty Smash Bros on here. I don't even care. That's like when you're playing at the party, it's like, hey, yo, they only got 1 stock left. That's literally this situation right now. Yeah. And he needs to abuse that as quickly as possible to go to game 2 and keep that momentum up, because there's a slight realm of possibility where if Warp Star, you know, double down and anchor down and really hold his own, get that Randy Marsh, just, I hear no bell, you know, like, I don't care. We fighting, we scrapping, it doesn't matter, doing their best to just 0 to death every single time. All you can go for it every single time. But it's going to be very rough to see as we are getting into the final matchup here in set number 1. Pit versus Mario. Oh, wow, he actually was playing Mario. Who would have thought?
To be fair, we have seen a few before on stream of like, hey, yeah, my name's like Pit, and they're just like, nah, we're gonna go like Donkey Kong or something. We're like, really, bro? Like, you couldn't look for a more awkward naming and character selection. Like, come on. all right. DS Mario Main's a little bit cheeky with that one. That was a little bit cheeky. No, okay, I was about to say if that was a stock right there, I would have been that would have been mean.
He can convert this into a lot of damage though. He opted for try to guess if he's gonna go up or down with that. Forwarder's gonna land. I do love Warp Star being smart with the curvature of these arrows, so that is something really good to note on. His shielding is very, very smart as well. He's doing his best to avoid.
Ooh.
There's the grab. That's one. That's two. Goes for third. Not gonna connect. They start to stack. There's the stack. He wins for the spike. Oh, wow. Great job by Warp Star fast falling to get away from that. As he looks for the up air, he knows he wins the offstage game, but if he lands too late, very scary situation. Back throw?
I mean, well, I mean, right now, yeah, you're taking a look at it, and it is close. But remember, that's not what Warp Star wants. Warp Star was wanting the stock nice and clean, and it's not going to happen. Instead, you're going to set yourself up for a forward smash. Right now, DS Mario Main sitting in perfect position, gives over the ledge to try and cover some options on the ground game, looking for maybe another grab if you can. That's just going to be a sweep on the underfoot, and Warp Star is at 117 at this point. It is looking grim, and that's going to be a forward smash again, reading the drop down, and DS Mario Main is able to take it very nicely. That is going to be Long Island to take set one.
Yep. Gonna wrap it up. Like I said, it got a little scary there. We saw Warp Star starting to pick up momentum, and I was kind of like, ooh, is he gonna do it? But no, I mean, it just really took DS Mario to regain their footing, composure, calm it down just a little bit, pump the brakes. But yeah, very good job by Long Island taking that first set. I mean, Humble, I gotta give the props to Humble. Like, that Piranha plant to start off, insane.
Mm-hmm. And that leads us into the next question, right? Who do you actually start with? Because now you take a look and it's like, okay, now we can expect a lot of these characters to come out. You already knew this before, but you have a good idea of what's going to be run. So my question is, who do you run on SUNY Poly, right? You take a look down the line, and I mean, the Steve is there. Don't get me wrong. Steve is always a great opener, but do you run Chikachu again, or do you actually run Fire Chicken Jr.? What, in your opinion, would be the best way to do it?
That is a really good question. Just because... If Piranha Plant is not starting, I am 100% okay with them starting with Chikachu again. Because Byleth into Lil Mac, that's Byleth every single step of the way. Like, you better not drop a stock, I'm telling you. But if it's Mario, you know, it's a little bit raising the stakes a bit. But against that Piranha Plant start, unless you took extensive notes and watched a coaching vid real quick while you were down, you're not comfortable with that matchup enough to try and challenge that. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's Lil Mac or Mario starting, 100% put Chikachu back in. If not, honestly, start with Steve. Starting with Steve versus Piranha Plant would be the optimal way to go.
That's the thing about it, though, is I don't think they know exactly who's coming out first. It is a blind toss-up of who actually gets to start. So it is that run of, well, good luck. You know, you toss out your openers, and that's how it works. So we have to take a look at it from you don't actually know. It's a 33% chance every single time of who's going first. So that's what I'm going to pose the question again. Now that you know this, right? Beautiful. Now that you know this, I mean, do you take that chance? Do you take that chance again with Chikachu, or do you go for the safer option of Fire Chicken Jr.?
Oh, man.
I pose the hard questions here, mostly because I got to open and I got to say what questions they're asking.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair. I mean, look, I 100% say Sunny Poly, them big cats, got to start that Steve. They got to start that Steve. Long Island, you could really run this back the same way and still have the same results because they're frazzled right now. You know, they're like trying to like adapt. Like, oh wow, what do we do here? What do we do here, bro? Just run it back. Same thing. If you want to change up anything, maybe start Lil Mac just to get that momentum going. Or if DS Mario doesn't want to play in the backfield, there's a realm where you could just start him off and make him try to sweep as much as possible.
I think that's fair. Now taking a look here, if you're looking for that last piece, I mean, are you actually chasing for SUNY Poly, right? So we talked about the opener. We talked about the opener now. who is chasing? That is my big question, right? When we talk about chasing, of course, for those just tuning in, chasing is trying to follow which opponent you're going to face off against, right? All these characters tend to have better matchups, and that's what you're kind of looking for. If you take a look at, if we say we're opening with the Steve, are you actually wandering in with the Pit second if or when another character comes out? Is that what you're looking at for SUNY Poly, or do you just, is the Pit looking for a certain matchup, I guess is the best question.
Well, no, because Pit is very much a Mario type character. You know, they can do a lot of things very well. Unlike, you know, I mean, Mario, who is just, you know, a little bit more excelled. Like, if you're looking at like the stat spreadsheet, you know, it's like even across the board in a lot of things. Pit and Mario are those types of characters, but Mario just has a bit more freedom and flow with his controls. Thus, you know, people can rate him higher just because certain combos he gets out faster, and his kill percentage is absolutely amazing. Where Pit's is just a little bit lower, but he still has a lot of the same tendencies, you know? His aerials are so good. A lot of multi-hit moves on these aerials, a lot of great poke coming in from the arrows that you can actually control trajectory-wise too to set up even better strings. You know, like, Pit has a lot of good combat ability. So, like, that's what I'm saying with this SUNY Poly team on paper is a very, very solid 3-team lineup, especially, you know, with the bane of everybody's existence, Steve, but it's all about who's piloting the ship, you know? So it is very much on the players themselves to carry that forward. So, like, I 100% believe you could start Pit, but I mean, the following, if you put Pit in the middle, I wouldn't be mad at it, you know? Like, if you just have Pit in the middle position, I would not be mad at that.
And I think, of course, we talk about all of these assumptions, you know, predictions or anything like that. Only the players know really what breaks down. And at the same time, I mean, they for sure have their own game plan coming in here. For LIU, now we pose the questions over to that side. Do they need to change anything up? I know they looked strong. Don't get me wrong. They look powerful all the way through. Do you think in their minds they should be on the lookout for anything? Was there any sort of weak link that, in your eyes, Beautiful, that they should be aware of and really kind of watch their back on?
You know, like, that's so interesting, right? Because I feel like they played admirably, like, up to the point. Maybe, I really couldn't put a finger on that, you know? Like, weak link wise, it's really, I've just felt like they got shook out the gate, you know? So, like, yeah, no, I couldn't really put a definitive pin on. It was like, oh yeah, this person's trash, get him out of here. You need to give him a start talking to. What's going on here? What's going through your mind right now? Because like, I just generally feel like it's just like tiny little mistakes, you know?
Right. But if there were a little bit larger mistakes than other ones, where would it be? Because I mean, like, we could almost talk about the Little Mac, you know, coming out in second position. Yeah, I mean, it looked good, don't get me wrong, by my guy, but it's still a risky pick, right? Like, that you can't really. I mean, is there anything in the Little Mac pick that you would say, like, okay, let's slow it down a little bit, let's, you know, hold it back, but, or is there any, like, small crack that you think could expand later on, maybe down the road, even in future matches?
Yeah, I mean, so, like, you as a Little Mac enthusiast know, whenever
I was about to say, yeah, I mean, we're gonna bring it back to this.
Like, it's you're automatically playing like several pegs down. Like, you gotta go, you gotta go in. You're literally like a pit bull going up against like a lion or something. No, you have to actually just give it your all 100% of the time, every single of the time. So like that point, we can put that to the side because we already know like the Little Mac is gonna have a hard time. It's usually an uphill battle regardless. Unless you're like, you know, going up against Bowser or DK or another type of brawler, right? Because you're going up against these hybrid mix characters in the Pit, in the Steve, in the Byleth, you just have to do whatever you can to survive. That's just simple facts on that. Piranha Plant is so weird, though, for Long Island because, like, they're winning by the element of surprise. I touched on it in the second match when it was Steve versus Piranha Plant. But Piranha Plant innately is not that great of a character to be playing, you know? Like, got written off very, very early on launch, even though I was screaming the praises of this character. I'm like, no, Piranha Plant is good. Off stage is awful, I know, but there's some setups you could do. But it's just, they're winning off of surprise alone and, you know, the unfamiliarity factor. So, like, unless if they get solved, quote unquote, which I don't think in the span of this time you're gonna be able to solve Piranha Plant, or you're gonna automatically remember, this is what they do. Oh, this is the range of Spike Ball. Oh, this is the range of Charge Shot. You know,
Right.
Like, I don't believe that's gonna happen in this short amount of time. So yeah, Long Island, they don't have a lot of weaknesses that need to be shored up. Or Sunny Poly, they really just gotta rise up. That's essentially where it's at.
Right, and in that vein, I mean, there has to be a pathway to success, right? No matter what match, even if it's David versus Goliath, there is a pathway to success. So now we get to look even further into the future. If we could predict the exact route, at least in this second set, that SUNY Poly are able to take this series, it doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, we finish it off and 9-0 and we keep all the stocks or whatever, or, you know, even if it comes down to one. What would you say is the best possible situation for them to come out with in terms of starting matchup versus secondaries versus anchors and all that?
Okay, yeah. I mean, in that regard, like I said, they could run it back the exact same order for Sunny Poly. Only thing I would change maybe is put Pitt secondary and just close with Steve, just final boss Steve, or start with Steve. Steve in the middle. It works. It definitely works, but that does depend on who's starting.
Right.
As we do actually get confirmation. Okay, so we have a roster change here for
Ooh,
Sunny Poly,
okay.
actually. So Chico Chu, the Byleth is out. We're bringing Varks in. I'm not sure who Varks plays. We'll find out. But that, you know, analysis gets shot in the foot immediately. So, you know, I ain't saying nothing.
All right. You go ahead and keep it safe. I can appreciate that one. I think it is also a well and true style to do. I think it's very appropriate. This is the kind of cool thing, and I will always talk about this because one of my favorite things, and I'm going to throw a little bit of deep knowledge your way. Have you ever seen sumo wrestling?
Yes, actually.
All right,
yes.
so sumo wrestling. So this is what I like to talk about a little bit. Sumo wrestling is very interesting because it is a one-on-one combat sport. If you take a look at it, it is one person at a time fighting each other. But when it comes to stables, to specific people playing with each other, it's a whole different breed, and that is the interesting thing here. So that's kind of the fun of watching teammates get swapped around and all that stuff. You get different kind of power-ups whenever you play in a team aspect in a singular sport. It's so interesting to watch for. So again, a little bit of touchdown to history lane. Maybe I can talk about it later. However, we get the matchup. It is Fire Chicken Jr., the Steve, to start things off with my guy trying to get a little bit of fun on the board with that low mac, and already starting with a high side.
No way, he
them
got
out.
him.
Are
He
you
got
kidding
him.
me? Are you
80%.
kidding me?
80% on the up B. Oh my god. My guy says, forget the data sheets, forget the matchup checks. I don't care. We're fighting today. Getting first blood here, absolutely, that's great for Long Island. Even if my guy loses this rest of this matchup.
Oh,
the armor check.
That's rude.
That's so good. Okay, yes, I have a feeling my guy has played against a lot of Steves because he knows how to do these armor checks correctly, and that is, you know, 100% to his benefit. I don't think Fire Chicken Jr. knows how to play around this, because look at, he's literally just going for the runaround, trying to dodge out from a KO punch when you need to be going aggressive. You need, thank you. Literally one forward air, one forward tilt will get rid of that. It's just not knowing this matchup or not knowing how to play around it. Is biting Fire Chicken Jr. in the behind is my guy sitting at 95%. Oh, well, whatever. He can mash out, potentially take another stock here.
It's not just that, you also take a look at the fact that whenever that KO punch comes up, you're also looking at a situation where it's just very questionable to do anything. Are you kidding me? The buffer off the cart to get the uppercut. Brutality, if you will, and the setup. Oh my god, the KO punch. That was so dang close, but it doesn't matter right now. My guy is the guy with 2 stocks taken for nothing so far.
That was insane. That was almost a complete wipe if that KO punch had landed. Literally insane. Literally insane. My guy's sitting at 146 right now. Dodging out. Diamond Sword for Fire Chicken Jr. You need to go on the offensive. You need to push this offense as much as possible. I think he just might be frazzled. The block saving his life there just a little bit longer. Blocks manages to get through the mind card as well. My guy needs one. He just needs one more hit. He's playing so scared off the top, off the dome. ending it the same way he started it. My guy, Long Island on the board, up 1.
So Little Mac is viable. Little Mac is 100% viable. I would just like to point that out. No matter what, it's not a D tier character. Any D tier can rise up. Take a look at that. D tiers rise up, baby. We are golden, but honestly, you said it about midway through. It looked like Fire Chicken Jr. did not know how to play, and it goes right back to almost that Piranha Plant situation, right? You don't look comfortable in that matchup.
Yeah, literally did not. That really just was the name of this game. There was no reason other than that for Fire Chicken Jr. to be this passive on Steve. You know, like, yes, there's moments of passiveness for Steve whenever you're, refilling meter or, whenever you're mining for materials. Yeah, cool, and setting up blocks. That was so clean, the buffer to fall back to. Oh my god.
Where is this? I want to see where the minecart comes. This one right here. That is, I don't know if that was planned or not, but that is a brutal happening, right?
Yeah.
Like, it would have whiffed if that minecart hadn't come through. I'm pretty sure it would have whiffed.
Right.
That is either the greatest heads-up play by a Little Mac, or that was just a stroke of sheer luck. It was one of those moments that I think really shatters the mental. You're just like, I can't come back from this. I can't do anything.
Like, mental boom in real time is what we saw there, Orbital, because my guy really laced up the Timbs and said, "We going to work. Let's do it." He said he got the loaded gloves too. Said, "Nah. You want to fight with mines and diamonds and gold, bro? I got these brass knucks on deck. Let's go." And it's just absolute beauty to see. Like, if there was something that would, be considered an upset, that'd be an upset, because Steve has all the tools to completely lock out Little Mac and prevent them from even getting like 5 to 10% of damage in. But unfortunately, like I said, during the break, during the pause, during the downtime, it does come up to player skill at the end of the day.
And in that situation, maybe we get to see a player skill change up here. We now have confirmation that Varks is going to come out here. The one player that we personally do not have information with here on the desk, and I think that might be the change up that we are looking for. Again, beautiful. If you were to bring out a character right now, we have now seen that both the Pit and the Steve are not exactly the best matchups. I mean, this is going to be the interesting thing. Ooh, okay, going for a little bit of the mix and match approach. The best of hopefully both worlds, I guess, right?
Okay, sorry, headphone users. Oh, wow. Okay, so Pyrrha Mithra versus Little Mac. Look, I literally just spent 5 minutes rambling about how Steve can literally make sure Little Mac doesn't get any offense in. This is another one of those matchups where they could make sure Little Mac does not get any offense in. Pyrrha Mithra, so much damage up front, a lot of staying power, being able to switch from, the lighter, quicker attacks of Mithra, switch to Pyra, who does big damage and AoE with the fire hits, does so much to dissuade and prevent. And yeah, they're going to switch now to 76%. Pyra just a tad bit heavier than Mithra, can absorb a bit more. But unfortunately, if you don't tech the roll on the platform, you're going to get splatted by just raw damage from my guy. Oh my goodness. He's charging it up. Oh no.
He's setting up. Like,
he's setting up.
This is so rude by my guy, by the way. This is also just an amazing showing of understanding your character and swapping up tactics, right? This chase right now is something that we actually didn't see before. I don't think. We didn't see those chases before, chasing after characters in the first round. And also, just this abuse of the neutral B setup to get just a little bit of chip and kind of break the style. These are mixing in these combinations that most people do not think of. That's going to be a good hit right now, but Varks need a little bit more than that. Good follow-up behind 109%. Looking for a bit more, though. Good grab to stall things out. Forward throw to get him off the ledge.
Side B? Okay. Ooh. It's very good play by Varks right now. The sub that came in, the swap in, rather. Gonna have to let this pay off. Side B's not gonna connect, but that's 2 to the dome immediately. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Okay, got the read off. Good job on that. Good grab, down throw. You can really just run up. Switching back to... Are you going to finish it off? Okay, goes for the large shot. Not going to land here. This is interesting because Varks definitely has the positioning to where they could just hard force
Oh!
He does it again. Orbital. He did it again. He actually did it again.
This is straight up one of those moments where I would, if I were playing against my guy, I would throw my controller. 100%, my controller would be like in the wall somehow. Like I would just, the amount of moments where you know it is specifically because of super armor, because of these, very gimmicky situations that make Little Mac, that you are losing. That is horrendously, mind-numbingly painful. I think we got some replays as well because we have to.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so this is the first stock. So rush in, taps down, gets a charge.
Reset. The reset was so good.
Oh, that was so clean. So this, I seriously thought Varks landed with the side B there, but no, him slipping down through the platform was so key there. And then knowing how down smash works. Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
As a Little Mac player, when you get into the minds of the opponent, you read it. The thing about it, there are combos to Little Mac, right? There are some combos to Little Mac, but a majority share of the attacks that you are doing are specifically counterattacks. You do not actually look for a combo. If you're looking for combos, that's one way to play. Don't get me wrong. I forgot the name of the really good Little Mac player that literally combos across the stage.
Peanut.
Like it's so good.
Shout out my boy Peanut.
There is a moment where you quite literally just like, okay, if I'm in the opponent's head, I know exactly what I have to do. Like these little small attacks that just frustratingly increase over and over again. My guy is playing that to a freaking T. It is the mind games time and time again.
Yo, I mean, I don't even know it's the mind games at this point. Guy is literally just saying, fight me, I dare you. And it's literally his opponent not trying to fight. You saw how much of that match, sorry for yelling, I'm very excited, but you saw how much of that match that Varks was just running and trying to escape and trying to regain footing in some form or fashion. And it just did not work. And that's really strange on a Pyramithra, because you have so much offensive ability on both of these characters, and it just was not working. And shout out to Guy for being able to just literally get into the head of Varks and say, I got you, bro. Like, this ain't even a challenge. Like, what are we doing here? Send me the next one. So that does leave it down to Warpstar, who will probably be playing Pit again, I believe.
And that's actually very harsh to think about, right? Because keep in mind, this was the matchup that we saw my guy do very, very well against, considering what came out in the start. At the start, Warpstar had all the momentum, had all the pacing, right? A quick 70% run up on the first stock on those 2 stocks left. Very, very quick. My guy is very good at adapting, and now that you have all 3 stocks, you can play with a little bit more aggression. You can play with a little bit more flair in the pocket. I'm not sure Warpstar is ready for it.
It's interesting. I mean, he's had 2 matches now to watch, but also the previous match that he played against him to really, get a look, a download, so to speak, of the game plan that Guy wants to go for.
Oh, sorry, I had to interrupt you because we were talking about the pit, but we got something else here.
Wow. All right. Okay. This is interesting. Can't remember the last time I saw a full-on Kirby fight, so we're going in here.
I mean, someone turned out the lights because this is the finale, or could be. At least SUNY Poly are on their last 3 stocks of this series and on the night, and already 68% is a great start. However, Warpstar needs a little bit more. That shield is so low, and now you can't block because of that. You got to go on that offensive, play that ledge as best you can. Look how tiny that shield is, by the way. A single side B or side A will be a problem. Another little set, and the super armor again, bullying them around, both sitting at 74%.
Yo, that tech, that DI, whatever Warpstar did there to stay alive, absolutely insane, absolutely innate. But now he really has to get this timing right on the ledge get-ups every single time, because my guy loves to charge those side Bs and side smashes and them down smashes very heartily. Will help me get back on the stage. Neutral air to seal the deal. I love that. Very good job by Warpstar to get something going here. That's the first stock my guy has dropped. into series.
And not just that, making a few uncharacteristic mistakes, kind of setting themselves up for some punishes there. And you see it there. That's actually giving Warpstar a massive advantage. And that's another slam. Unfortunately, flies right back into center stage. But again, the boot, 113. Warpstar's playing this much more like those matchups. However, the KO punch is going to land. Feels good, man. You take it back again. My guy has now taken a total of 7 stocks to their name.
Yeah, okay. Managing to get it, even it up, quote unquote, for a little bit, but no, not going to be able to get back to stage on the last one. So now my guy is down to the last stock.
Again.
Just trading with super armor is so smart here. I'm really loving that they know this character well enough to get those effective trades in. They have to keep that going, though. Warpstar playing this Kirby pick very well. A lot of people will undersell Kirby as a, cheap, oh, you just, down B and absorb people, and that's it. Maybe dash attack occasionally, but no. The neutral airs, the spot dodges from Kirby are very nice to allow him to, get in up against this Little Mac, and that's exactly what he needs to do. No dash attack will be blocked here, but gets returned upon as well. My guy looking for answers here. 95 on his last stock.
Not just that, it's timing up again if my guy is able to grab it, and they do side A. It's just a simple tap. The 1-2 takes it home. And Warpstar is on their last. My guy's done more with 105 before, though. That's going to be a good setup. Jab into 1-2. Looking for a bit more, but no, gets booted off the stage. Has to clear back on. Dodges out on the down B. The box does not land, and back to center. Shield is low. KO punch is ready. Good counter coming out. Looking for one more. Oh, my guy's taunting. Straight up taunting right now. That is rude.
Daring him to come closer. He's trying to make him fall for the trap to dash in. Oh, that's so scary. Has to judge that distance. That KO punch is going around.
They're baiting the roll.
They're trying to. Yes, he gets tagged with it. Very nice job. Up B from Warpstar. Is he? Oh, he gets out. He didn't even get the spit. Okay. So now how long can Guy hold on? He's done an admirable job of getting Warpstar down to 1 stock, even if he loses, which will be the finality. DI, not the best, unfortunately. Will cost him to fly a little bit higher. So that is Warpstar, the captain of the Sunny Poly squad, getting the revenge, at least taking down the first man for Long Island. And now he has to make the long trek back on 1 stock.
There is a reason that Long Island are sitting at 4-1. I think this cements it, right? You are taking unique, underrated characters and turning it around. It's like... It's just impressive, right? I have no other words for it because, you and I are sitting here joking and everything, but we got to give them credit, right? These players 100%. Are playing to an exceptional degree and in matchups that they are not supposed to win at all. So Long Island heavily deserved to be here. And granted, we still haven't seen them face off against some of the other, I want to say like 5-0 teams. I would love to see some of these matchups come out because it's also on the same side for Sunny Poly, but Long Island, I mean, giving us a treat right now.
Yeah, absolutely giving us a treat. Hats off to my guy on this Little Mac, really just putting Long Island in such a great position to take this entire series because you got their captain down to their last stock and it is their final member. Man, I'd be telling the squad, hey, congratulate me. I did this. I won this for us. I mean, it's just so good here. But we're waiting to see who Long Island will send out here to presumably finish this off unless Warpstar goes on the rocky run of a lifetime and just, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that Kirby is actually Warpstar's main. Just a thought.
Maybe, and I mean, if it does happen, that would actually be a much larger turnaround than my guy ever did because taking a look at this, Warpstar would quite literally have to 9-0 the opposing side. Took 3 off of my guy. You would have to straight up negate all the stocks coming out here. That is an insane feat. And if you can do that with 1 stock, that's like the 0.1% chance of pulling that off. If you do, Warpstar is going to go down as an absolute freaking legend. But, I mean, if you're taking a look here for the side of Long Island, they got 2 great players coming up here. You got the Piranha Plant still, which can keep the Kirby at bay. And taking a look at the Mario, I mean, these are both matchups that I think Long Island are going to be very pleased about.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's really, they don't even have to, like, I mean, they can play hyper aggressive if they want to, because Kirby does not have a lot of kill threat on these last two characters that Long Island will be playing. On Mario, you're going to need him to get to at least like 120 in that area for most of Kirby's abilities to straight up take a stock. But it's going to be a very long, arduous marathon of a battle if Warpstar is going to try to be taking these stocks off. And we have DS Mario main coming out for the next one. So, I mean, oh, man. Oh, wow. Well, we're in for a fight here. I mean, it's the mascot versus the mascot, right? Like,
I thought you were going to be upset that you didn't get Piranha Plant again. It sounded like you were wanting that Piranha Plant to come back out instead.
No, see, that would have been fun. But this is Smash Bros. Friends. No, this is real Grap City right here. This is just all hands all day. Just who's the better flagship mascot? Is it Mario? Is it Kirby? The answer may surprise you.
Yeah, depends on what you're going by, right? Fan vote or just sellability. That's so many different things that you can talk about. However, what it's going to come down to is Warpstar, can you maintain a 3-0 here? You have to if you want to keep your dreams alive. SUNY Poly hoping to go to a Game 3, and it's a long shot, but the shot's still there. Let's kick things underway, getting into what could be the last round here.
Absolutely. All DS Mario main has to do is...
Oh my gosh.
He was going to go for it. I knew it.
He went for that stuff.
Okay.
You see that forward air, and you're like, yeah, that's
it.
you're looking for that.
He keeps looking for it, too. Warpstar has to know.
Oh my god, he doing it again.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh!
Tornado to end it. He said, let's pack it up. We're done. GG's. 2-0 for Long Island. DS Mario main. Just wanted to make it a little... Just a little fun, you know, just, you know.
Mm-hmm. 6:19 on the clock. SUNY Poly, unfortunately, losing out here, but you know what? A 3-3 current record is not bad. That will, I believe, get you into the playoffs if you maintain that 50% record. Might be facing off against stiff competition, but you still got time to adjust. To Long Island, what a freaking battle. Well done to them. Well played as well, and I'm scared because for them, again, they have 5 players that are playing through this, and they only showed 3. And a roster with backups that are on the same level, if not sometimes better, scares me a lot.
just a little bit. Yeah, you know, just a little terrifying. But yeah, wow. Long Island, Strong Island, rocking it. Just, oh my goodness. Like, we knew there was something scary, you know, looking at their series score, right? But like, seeing them in action, that was a...
Yeah. We like to be optimistic but realistic. The Sharks ate tonight. Like, we're going to leave it at that. The Sharks ate tonight.
Absolutely. And
oh, man.
Let's see. We have no interview, I do believe.
Nope. I think we are done here. I mean, Beautiful, any final words about this matchup that you'd like to say?
Absolutely. I mean, it was really good. Very much surprised by a guy who decided just to go absolutely Super Saiyan, just, yeah, won't let you get away with what you've done. You know, just everything, you know? It's like, Frieza! You know, that level of just absolute dominance was insane. And, like, this Long Island squad definitely, in this Elite Division, ones to look out for.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what else they can do. And again, there's more Smash Brothers action in the future and more esports on the horizon. Taking a look at things going down, that will be it for the series here tonight. No interview, unfortunately, but there will be more action tomorrow, and that's actually Valorant coming to you hot tomorrow, Tuesday. Please keep that in mind on Halloween, of all things. That will be Adelphi University versus Farmingdale State College. They'll be facing off in there. Week number 6. Make sure not to miss all the action. Keep up with all the updates there on Esports. Use Twitter as well as all social medias. But with that, that'll be it for us here today. My name is Ordo. With me has been Beautiful Crow as well as Colton on production. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic evening.